And we back with another episode of ALANUI MELE. I'm your host, Calvin the Catalyst. And on this episode, we have Woes Martin, known for those angry pandas. Now let's get into this episode. And welcome back to another episode of ALANUI MELE, Hawaiʻi Hip-Hop History on PBS Hawaiʻi. I'm your host, Calvin the Catalyst. And on this episode, I've got a great friend of mine. We go back, like beginning of like our hip-hop journey, traveling, holding it down for Hawaii in ciphers. He went on to go to Seattle, international, worldwide. Now he's back home. Introducing Woes. What up, Woes?
Yo, what's up, man?
First of all, how many different names do you have?
Just Woes. Woes Martin, Woski, Timer.
Yeah.
Of course.
Right.
Yeah,
So Timer pretty much is, is it Woes for everything now? When you do it, MC stuff and rhymes?
Yeah, I don't separate it.
Right.
I
So it's
thought
Woes.
about it, but
yeah,
it's too confusing for people, man. And
everybody knows already.
yeah, I'm 48, man. I don't need to be out there with a bunch of aliases.
Yeah. So, okay, let's take it back, bro. All the way. You born and raised in Hawaii.
Yep.
And
Kalihi
then
raised.
Okay. And then from there you moved out to the mainland?
Yeah. So in '88, my dad took us to California, deep in the Mojave Desert,
How did Pops end up over there?
on some unruly ish.
Mojave? What
Well,
is your
back
memories
in the
of?
day, my dad was he was a hustler, so
Right.
the weed was in play, and I think he got way deep into it, and he just wanted to get away from it. So
Okay.
he took us. I later found out, like in my 30s, because I asked my sister, and I was like,
Right.
"Yo, why didn't Dad take us to like San Diego or L.A.? You know what I mean?"
Right.
But we went past Palmdale, like deep.
Okay.
This little town called California City. So there's a prison out there. Edwards Air Force Base is out there.
Right.
It's where the shuttle would come in from space. And
Oh,
land.
snap.
So as kids, we would sit on the roof of our house
No way.
when the shuttle would come in, and we'd
Yeah.
hear the sonic boom, and it would fly into the atmosphere. And
Oh,
stuff.
so those are some of the memories when you were a kid. So how old were you then when you were in the Mojave Desert?
6th grade.
Oh, wow.
Yeah. So we moved out there in 6th grade. I spent my whole adolescence in California, and then in the middle of my junior year, I moved to Vegas. Spent some time in Vegas during my junior year.
Right.
And then my senior year, I moved back to Hawaii. I went to Castle in Kaneohe.
So at that time, did you come back to Hawaii at all, or you're just in the mainland?
Oh yeah, we visited
Right,
family
right.
and stuff. So I went through that whole phase where cross color was a thing, polka dot suit, Kwame. Shout out to Kwame, by the way.
Oh, Kwame,
That's
man.
the homie.
Yo.
But yeah, I would come home and because I was so mainland influenced,
Right.
I'd go visit my cousins. They're like, "Oh, they're down at the beach," and I'd show up fully dressed. You know what I mean? And they'd be like, "What the hell, you Holly boy? Like, get off the beach with that fucking
Right.
gear." You know what I mean?
So were you just like every kid around that age into like freestyle dancing, like just music in general, or just trying to figure it out?
Oh yeah, from party dancing.
Right.
6th grade was like the peak for me for when party dancing
Right,
came out
right.
with Salt and Pepper,
Yeah.
The Running Man,
Right,
Cabbage
right.
Patch, The Guest, The Smurf, and all that. So I brought that influence with me to California when I moved out there, and it just gradually went into freestyle dancing. And then and back in the day in California, you were called a houser.
Right.
So, the whole stripes, big pants, that Brotherhood Creed
Yo,
vibes,
nice.
that kind of stuff.
So did you break it all?
Nah, not really. I was more like, I was trying to pop.
Okay.
But I was really big with, of course, with the whole MC Hammer.
Right. And we
the
all
party
were.
dancing. Yeah. And then later on, I was more influenced by like the Grand Poobah phase,
Right, yeah,
backpacks
Oh,
and,
it's the
you know,
best.
polo and
Right.
Nike.
Was that where you stood in the mainland, or
Nike.
when you're in Hawaii?
I was in the mainland.
Mainland. And then you came back. You said your senior year to go to Castle.
Yeah, my senior year I went to Castle.
Okay, so when you coming from? Oh, so were you were in the Mojave still yet? Vegas, or you were?
Yeah, I was in Vegas half my junior year,
Okay.
but then we had to come back because my grandfather passed away, so we had to not my grandfather, but my grandmother passed away.
Right.
So we had to move back and take care of my grandpa.
Oh, nice. Do you think, how would your life be if you never moved back to Hawaii?
I don't know, man. I was kicking it with some in Vegas too.
Right.
Vegas was hood.
Right.
You know what I mean? And it was the most segregated for me in high school, like witnessing segregation.
Wow.
So I remember my first day of school. We had 2 lunches. My brother had second lunch. I had first lunch. And I remember grabbing lunch. It was like those prison scenes in movies where a group of people will approach you.
Right.
They're like, "Are you Filipino?" And I'm like, "Yeah." And they're like, "Come with us." We go to the courtyard, and there's like Filipinos over here, Vietnamese over here. Like, it was so segregated. My lunch was.
Right.
So I ended up kicking it with, like Pinoy Royale, all these, Filipino gangbangers.
Right.
And they were cool as hell, you know.
Yeah.
It was the first time, because where I grew up in California, I was like, maybe we were the second of 2 families that were Filipino. So when I moved to Vegas, I was like, my peoples, you know what I mean? And
Nice.
I was kicking it with them, and they were like hella into Kali, and like they didn't call themselves gangsters. They called themselves a brotherhood.
Ah,
And
interesting.
they had a dojo at the house. They could fight, dude. Those guys could scrap.
So did you kind of get more into were they dancing too?
No dancing.
Just straight.
I really got into tagging, and because I was in Cali when I was in Mojave.
Okay.
I was kicking it with like Avenues 43rd tag banger dudes, like
crazy
gangbangers that were into tagging. That got
Yeah.
me into tagging. So me and my brother were into that. When we moved to Vegas, it just got even more influenced.
Wow.
So like we got super into writing because Vegas was smashed. OFA, KTA, like all those guys were
Right.
smashing.
What year was this?
This was 93, I believe.
Wow.
Yeah, and then I mean, I was still into dancing, of course.
Right.
You know what I mean? Like, I was still deep into my hip hop. I remember vividly, man. I was really into Lords of the Underground, Souls of Mischief.
Right.
Those were like heavy rotation, and Leaders of the New School.
Right.
So I had all that in me too. I was still doing all that.
So you had a mix of everything, like the gangster lifestyle, like the gangster
in the
writing.
90s, a lot of dudes were into that. You were either a gangster or you're a tagger.
Yeah.
And both gangster and Filipino taggers were also into b-boying.
Right.
So, of course, they're out there
True.
b-boying, you know what I mean? But what stopped all that was we were in a drive-by shooting at a house party.
In Las Vegas.
In Vegas. And I didn't know what it was.
Right.
I just remember shit popping, glass popping, and everyone hit the ground. And then they're like, "Aaron, get the hell down," So then I dropped to the ground. I was like, "Dude, what the hell is going on?" And they're like, "It's a drive-by."
Dang.
And I didn't realize at the moment that all these guys I was kicking it with were all strapped.
Oh.
So everyone got up, pulled their guns out, and I was just like, "Yo, what the hell?" Like,
Crazy.
this is not my shit. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
This is crazy. So after that, I kind of like ended up kicking it with a couple other guys that were just taggers and bombers and stuff. So shout out to Artson, because Artson was, you know who Artson is?
No, I don't think I know who Artson is.
He was a b-boy for Rock City Crew and Style Elements.
Oh, sick. From Vegas.
He was originally from Vegas and El Paso, Texas, I believe.
Okay.
Lives in LA. He's a like indigenous rapper.
Oh, nice.
It's a good homie, but yeah, like me and him and my brother used to kick it all the time. He used to practice b-boying in our little gym that was part of our complex.
Yeah.
What was crazy is I was going to school at the time with b-boy Orb and Latif from Circle of Fire.
In Las Vegas?
In Vegas.
What?
Before Todd even knew them.
That's insane.
So that's where the full circle, that story is crazy. We'll get to that. But,
Yeah.
But my brother, I remember me and my brother was walking through the hallway, like, I think it was our first week of school there. And it was Dafon and Latif and a group of dudes. They were walking down the hallway reciting Scenario. And everyone was doing a verse from Scenario.
Okay.
And I was just like, yo, I want to kick it with these dudes, Like, who is it?
Yeah.
But my brother's like, those dudes are in my lunch because he had second lunch.
Okay,
and I had
okay,
first
okay.
lunch. but I never really got to know them then.
Right. So they were friends way before Seattle then.
Oh yeah. They went to high school together.
Oh,
We all went to the same high school.
And then did they graduate from high school in Las Vegas?
Clark, I think.
Okay.
And I would see them at underground parties.
Right.
And then they would be in a cipher like all the time.
Also,
I just remember them because there'd be mad Filipino
Right.
and Latino b-boys, and there was these two black dudes, and those guys were killing it. You know what I mean?
And then they were they like more foundational at that point?
Oh yeah.
Like everybody was.
They're
pretty
on the
much.
ups too.
Right.
Like Defon was still doing like his freestyle moves. Like
Yeah.
they still were a little different, I guess.
Right.
But it's just crazy. Like I ended up in that same school.
Yeah, that is crazy. So then when you moved to Hawaii, like what was your initial like? Did you want to come to Hawaii to live?
Oh, we was excited.
Oh, nice. And then when you got here, were you looking for hip hop, or were you looking for like what's going on in the
culture
streets?
shock, man.
Yeah. Okay.
Because me and my brother were full on. We had the whole fit.
Right.
Like we were writers. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Fucking baggy dickies, plain blue polo with the. My brother was heavy into the visors.
Right. Yeah. Oh, yeah.
He had the visors, and I used to make necklaces out of Krylon cans.
Okay,
so
yeah,
cut
yeah,
the
yeah.
Krylon emblem out and put it on the necklace.
Nice.
And I remember, so funny, man. I remember going around and like, damn, the graffiti's whack here. Like, no one had hands, especially on the east
In
side.
Kaneohe, right?
Yep. And the first person that came up to me was Todd.
Oh, crazy.
Because, me and my brother, we look different. We
Right,
look like
right.
we're from Cali.
Yeah,
you know what I
yeah.
mean? So Todd came up and he was like, hey, you should come hang out with us,
Oh, that's just like that.
just like that. And they were like across the way from the cafeteria. Like
Right.
they all kicked it on the corner. And they're all, I can tell, they're all skater heads.
Yeah.
They all had that. They're emulating mainland shit.
Right.
you know
Yeah.
what I mean?
Yeah.
And they're skater heads and hip hop heads.
Who's in that crew that Todd introduced you to?
Barry, dude, everyone was there. Little John, Barry, Blam, DJ Blam.
Right.
And I know that Painkillers, Keone, shout out to
Right,
Keone.
right.
He was supposed to be there that year, but he dropped out.
Like
I actually took over his seat in my first period class.
oh, that's crazy.
But I remember, and there was other people too, but I remember they're coming up, and I remember the cafeteria was bombed up,
Yeah.
and one of them was like, "You see that bomb? It's dope, right?" Like blah blah blah, and I was like, "Man, it's whack."
So you came in with the full mainland
Oh,
mentality.
dude, me and my brother we're straight Cali styles.
Yeah.
Like what you write kind of vibes.
Yeah.
And I remember I didn't realize that I was standing with the crew that had bombed that cafeteria, and I was clowning on it.
Oh, what? So what crew was that at that point?
DFA.
Oh, that was DFA.
That was DFA.
Okay.
Yeah.
And what did those guys say?
No, they didn't really say anything. I was
Right,
kind of
right.
just clowning on them. You know what I mean?
Because maybe it's Hawaii, right? Hawaii, we're not very confrontational, especially at that
dude, it's
young
a
age
moked
too,
out,
right?
Castle was a moked out school,
Okay,
but I mean, shout out to the homie. I knew he was from the mainland. He had hands, and
Right.
he was DFA. His name was Nipple.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah.
Nipple was in there, and he was a Holly guy, and he had some dope hand styles, man. Rest in peace to Nipple.
Oh, dang.
But
So you got down with Todd was DFA. And
he was over there. Yeah, they all hung out together.
Right. And who's in DFA? Who started? What's the roots of DFA?
Keone started.
Oh, Keone started. Okay.
Yeah. But it was funny because the word got back to Keone.
Right.
And I just heard stories about Keone.
Right.
You know what I mean? Because I heard that fool could drop people,
Right.
And I remember there was another member in the crew. I just remember him as Kimo.
Okay.
He ended up getting locked up on some crime.
Right.
But I remember he was the only one that was like, "Yo, this guy's talking mad shit. Like we should mob him," And then I remember getting KFC for my family.
Okay.
My mom sent me to KFC.
Right.
And I was at the counter, and then this guy comes up and he goes, "Hey, you from Vegas, yeah?" And then I was like, "Yeah." And then I asked his name, and he's like, Oh, I go by Keone. My name's Keone. And it was Keone Painkillers.
Right.
Terra 1.
Yeah.
DFA was behind the counter.
Right. Oh, he's working.
He was working at KFC. Yeah. And he shook my hand. I guess, I don't know, maybe there was some kind of mutual respect. Maybe,
Right.
you know what I
Right.
mean? But all those guys became my boys.
Oh, that's
you know what I
sick,
mean? Like kicking it with them. And
Yeah. Was
know,
there
that
any
was the
other? Was
start
there
of
any other graph crews in Kaneohe at the time? Around the DFA, what year was that? 97?
I just remember DFA, man.
Yeah.
And then, there was the whole MBS beef.
Right.
Keone had beef with Verb back in the day.
Right. And MBS is Moanalua. Yeah,
Moanalua.
Yeah.
So there was an infamous book that went back and forth.
Okay.
A black book.
Yeah.
So people would draw on it and diss each other.
Yeah.
And it was epic because it was mostly Keone and he was killing it.
Yeah.
He was clowning on Verb would clown on him.
Yeah.
And I wasn't really part of that. And I didn't really represent DFA yet.
Right.
I started NSK. I brought NSK with me from Vegas.
Right.
Nonstop Chaos. So funny.
Yeah.
But my boy Isaac Naipo and we were just writing NSK.
Right.
And then I remember we went to the Pully spot, like the old Pully Highway.
Yeah.
And there was an MBS everywhere over there. And then Keone was like, just cross out anything that says MBS on it. I didn't know what was going on. So I was like, all right, well, I got y'all back. You know what I mean? And that's how that started and stuff. But it's just so funny. Like, to me, it's like Hanabata days type shit.
Yeah, it is. Shout out to Verb, though. Verb got up.
Oh, yeah, Verb did. And he's, and what I've heard, he's cool as hell.
Oh, Verb is hella cool.
My brother chopped it up with him. And it's dope to talk about the past with them. You know what I mean?
No, it is. And it's like, that was like a time. And it's definitely like kid time. Like,
it's fun. You know what I mean? Like, oh, they got him.
Yeah.
Oh, they got me. You know what I mean? Like that kind of stuff.
Because there was no internet. There was no social media.
Mm-hmm.
You had to be there. It's in the moment.
You catch the bus stops, the bus rides, the mall spots.
Oh, yeah.
By Sarah's. So.
Oh, yeah. So you guys, wait, D4A and NBS, because that little beef right there, whatever.
Mm-hmm.
What was I going to get to? Like Verb. So in DFA, who else wrote in DFA?
Todd.
What was Todd's? What did he write?
I
gotta edit that.
Yeah, do that.
Oh God. Okay, dude, this is gonna be fun. Oh, I did. What about
Darren was in it.
Darren
Brandon was in there.
Darren wrote Safe, right?
Yeah.
You wrote Safe?
Yeah. Oh, I forgot.
I remember. I remember him tagging. So DFA, and what other? Shoot, at that time, did you go to any of the benches that was happening at like Blaisdell?
Yeah, we used to go. We used to go to the writers. Oh, we used to go to Funk Pistol.
Right.
When they would have the writers' benches there, and yeah, that's the first time I saw Travis because he was there with is it Panic Zone?
Yep, Panic Zone
B-boying
B-boys
outside. Where else we would go? And even just spots like Kalani High School. A lot of us went to Kalani High School. That's where I ended up meeting Naga and 3BM dudes.
Oh, crazy! At Kalani.
At Kalani, I met. Yeah.
Did they say who they were? Or you just kind of like talk story and.
I think if I remember right, Naga came up to me and knew me as Timer.
Oh, crazy! Wait? So yeah, let's rewind. So real quick. So you came to Hawaii, got down with DFA, writing, bombing. When did MCing come into the mix?
I was kind of always freestyling.
Right.
But I never really thought about writing tracks or whatever.
Yeah.
This was like in 95, I think. And, like collecting tapes from Funk Pistol, DJ Tim tapes.
Yes.
You know what I mean? And Stretch Arm Bobito tapes and stuff like that. And just listening to freestyles, Like you wanted to hear the MCs that you respect. You wanted to hear them freestyle.
Yeah, definitely.
And it wasn't until like maybe 95. Yeah, I started writing with my old crewmate Isaac Naipo. We wrote some whack raps.
What was his MC name? Isaac.
Oh, he wrote Polar.
Polar.
Polar. Yeah.
Sick.
But yeah, we performed at a couple places, like just local
Oh, no
style, like
ways.
like friends' weddings or birthdays and shit.
You
Like
guys
that.
had a crew name at that time?
Not really. We kind of just rapped over instrumentals.
Instrumentals. So that's when you kind of got the bug to kind of start.
Yeah, kind of. Yeah,
Writing.
writing rhymes and stuff.
And back then, freestyle was huge. Freestyling off the head.
Yeah. Well, it was freestyling because the mixtapes we'd collect.
Right.
You know what I mean? So, but it wasn't really. I wasn't really heavy into the Philly era.
Okay, so let's speak upon Philly and how you end up meeting Philly.
Man, that's a crazy story. So I remember it was after I graduated, 95.
Right.
I spent some time in Vegas, and this is a crazy story. So my sister gets a random call,
Right.
and he's like, "Oh, what's up? You gave me your number when I came to visit Hawaii because he checked out the HPU campus."
Okay.
And what happened was the girl gave him a fake number, and it was my sister's number.
What?
And then he was like, "Oh man, that's weak," you know.
Yeah,
so
yeah.
then he's like, "Well, if you're my only contact in Hawaii, you think I could still call you for information?"
Right.
And my sister, she's hella nice, so she's like, "Yeah, sure." So he was calling my sister, in contact with my sister.
Right.
And then he brought up, like, "How is the hip hop in Hawaii?"
Right.
And then my sister goes, "Hip hop? Oh, you got to talk to my brother." Like, my brother's hell into hip hop. And he goes, "Oh, word, okay, yeah." And she was like, "But he's in Vegas." And Philly was like, "Oh, I'm going to be arriving there next week." And my sister was like, "Oh, my brother's gone for like a week and a half."
Right.
So then I had linked him with my brother, and my brother ended up meeting him with, I think, Corey Morgenstein
Okay.
and a few of the alienative dudes,
Yeah.
pretty much the DFA guys. And that was funny because they met Philly at Windward Mall. And the whole time my sister thought he was a black dude
Right.
because Philly, grew up in D.C.
Right. Yeah.
All Ebonics.
Right.
Straight up East Coast Ebonics, you know
Yeah.
what I mean? And they roll up into Windward Mall, and this short Filipino guy, same haircut as me,
Right.
rolls up and was like, "Oh, what's up? I'm Philly." And my brother's like, "What the hell? You're Filipino." Like crazy, Like
Is his real name Philly? What's
Yeah.
his real, like, his full name?
Jason Villaroman.
Jason Villarreal.
But he went by Philly because
Right.
he was the Filipino guy.
Oh, okay. There you go.
And yeah, they my brother hit me up and he's like, "Yo, you're not gonna believe it, but dude, Philly looks like one of our brothers. He looks like we're related."
No, for real. Yeah.
And this fool had was it realistic portable speakers
Okay. Yeah.
with a Walkman,
Right.
and he called it his baby,
Right.
and he'd walk around with it playing instrumentals.
Like rhyming.
Yeah, so he wanted to rhyme with my brother guys, and they're like, "We don't really rhyme." And in the middle of Windward Mall, he started freestyling.
What?
And they're like, "Yo," and this kid they're like, "Dude, Aaron, you're not gonna believe it, but this dude Philly can rhyme his ass off."
Right.
He's insane. He's a super dope freestyler.
Yeah.
So I was like, "Oh, dang, this is crazy,"
So he came back home,
Came back home.
and he was going to HPU, I guess. Was he going to college here?
Yeah, the Windward campus.
Over campus. Okay.
So then, and then we ended up linking,
That's
and he's the one that got me into. We were recording music on my mom's karaoke machine, and he introduced me to like his squads back home.
Yeah.
Shout out to Amphibian Click, Endo Psychics,
Right.
Aquaman Beats,
Yeah.
like all that Freestyle Union,
Right.
like all that, like influenced me. And on top of that, like he knew how to make beats too. So, of course, at that time, we were going out a lot,
Right.
and I was kicking it with Fame too,
Right. Oh, dang.
So,
So you introduced Fame to Philly.
yeah, and then Philly taught him how to make beats on that, the Gemini mixer with the 5-second sampler.
Yeah, the sampler. Yeah.
Yeah.
So
And-
Philly taught Fame how to make beats.
Yep.
What?
And then we did our first song off a 5-second
5 seconds.
sampler. Yeah. And that's right there. I got the bug because we recorded a song, and I was like, "Yo, that's dope." You know what I mean?
So it's like it was definitely divine. You met him. It's like meant. It's like literally meant to be.
Yeah, all these cats. That's like I was saying with Defon and Latif. Like
Right,
I was in high school with them, meeting Todd.
Yeah.
You know, like
So wait. So you said Fame. So how did you end up meeting Fame?
from the parties,
Okay.
Euphoria,
Yeah,
and the Euphoria parties, and just going out doing all the underground stuff, underground shows and stuff like that.
Well, and speak on that though, like the underground shows of the late '90s, early 2000s. What was it like? The clubs, the shows, like going out. Like majority of us was underage, or just maybe even
Just
19.
barely, yeah. I mean, it was just raw, and we're just raw and free, man.
Right,
Like
yeah.
we're emulating mainland people too. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Showing up to clubs in bubble gooses and you know what I mean? Like, I mean, look at me now. I'm wearing a beanie in Hawaii, dude. But
Hoodied up, fatigued.
yeah, but fatigues, hoodied up,
Oh my
fatigues
god,
for sure.
dude. Did you ever rock Tim's to the club?
You know what? I only own one pair of Timbs,
Right.
and it wasn't in Hawaii. It was before I moved to Hawaii.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
That one, I kind of drew the line on that one. I was like, this is ridiculous.
I was never into Timbos. I thought they were too big to dance in. You know what I mean?
Right. But that never stopped a lot of those guys, dude.
Nah. And, they didn't never stop people.
So you met Fame, and did you know Fame just from going out, or you knew Fame from being an MC, like rhyming? Was he already rhyming back then?
I met Fame because DFA.
Okay.
I forgot what crew Fame was in. There was like
Oh.
a scrap that was supposed to go down
Right.
where all Keone guys got together and they're like, "Yo, we're gonna meet up with these dudes in town. We're gonna
Right.
scrap. There's gonna be a fight, whatever." I didn't end up going because I don't know what I was doing, but Fame was part of that.
Oh, I wonder who Fame was rolling with back then from town.
I forget.
And you met Fame just not from that scrap though.
Nah, I met him from, I think it was from Euphoria times.
Okay.
Yeah.
And then how'd you figure out that he could rhyme?
The Cypher.
The cipher.
Yeah, I was like, this kid's nice,
Do you remember who else was rhyming at that point when you're in the cipher? Anybody?
Humanakas, for sure.
Was Fame down with Nakas back then? He's kind of solo, yeah.
No. I met the Nakas from Ake and Casper from VM.
Okay. Yeah.
Those guys to me like bugged me out too, like watching them freestyle.
Oh yeah, definitely
No.
Casper.
Casper was so nasty in the 90s. Dude.
Yeah, dude.
And his partner Ake, he had like this really low voice.
Right.
So, almost like Malala.
Yeah,
like
yeah.
a really low voice, and the way it was like almost like spoken word. They would bug me out. We would always freestyle to What You Want by 9. we would all like chill out in Keone's house in the kitchen with the turntables.
Yeah.
With Blam on the tables, and we would either play Shook Ones or What You Want, and we'd freestyle to that all night. Yeah.
So when did AN come into the mix? From D4A, then it evolved to AN?
Yeah, I went to AN. Gezu came up with the name AN.
Okay.
Yeah, because he's like, alien natives, dude. We're natives here to the island.
Right.
But what we're into, we're alien,
Yeah.
to the islands.
Right, yeah.
You know what I mean? So I was just like, dude, that's a dope name, alien natives, And then it became a collective, like all of, it was the era where all crews had all elements.
Right.
You know what I mean? So we were like at Keone's house. A group of us would be all with our black books.
Right.
A group of us would be, we would go to Corey's house because he had a practice session in his basement called the Bomb Shelter,
Right.
where people would practice b-boying. And then Philly had brought in the technique of freestyling that he got from Freestyle Union.
Okay.
So everyone would write words they'd look at in a dictionary with thesaurus,
Yeah.
and we would throw it in a bucket.
Oh dang.
And it was mandatory too. So funny, cause Keone's a leader like that.
Yeah,
you know what I
yeah.
mean? So he'd be telling everyone, "Man, sit the fuck down."
Right.
And then yeah. So we had to pass the bucket around,
Okay.
and everyone grabbed a word from the
Right,
bucket,
right.
and we all had to freestyle using the word.
That's so dope. Dude.
And the best way was to do it if you can pull it off without cussing. So there was no cussing.
Right.
So it was a dope way to workshop.
Yeah.
And that's how we got good, because what made us do that and got us better is because Philly wasn't even here yet. I'm taking a little back. It was the Beastie Boys concert.
Okay.
And then Humanaka's had an after party.
Is that the Kuku Sugar Mill?
The Sugar Mill.
Yeah, well, me and EP was there, dude.
Yeah, so and you know Jamal, he's always inviting, so we we're just like, I remember Jamal got on stage, he's like, you guys want to run? Come on stage. And it wasn't our place to get up there.
Yeah.
And basically it was the Humanaka show.
Right.
So we all was over there trying to grab the mic, and then the Naka and took it as disrespect.
Right.
So we all went outside.
I remember, yeah.
And I started beatboxing, and then Tasha tore us a new one. It was freestyling. And at the time, it was only me. It was me and Edmund, I think, were the only ones that could really freestyle.
What was Edmund's MC name?
Damn, I forgot what his name. But he was really into ODB, so he would emulate ODB. But I remember that.
Oh, Philly wasn't even there yet.
Not
This is
yet.
the
Before. This is like maybe a year before Philly showed up.
Okay.
So one by one, dude. Tasha, Taji,
Yeah.
Marcelo,
Right.
Ha'o.
Right.
Like all of them went back to back, like one by one after each other, smashing us. And I remember Casper being there and just watching the whole thing. He was like, dang, he didn't know what to do, because we're his boys, we're from his hood. So.
Yeah.
And then, they served us a new one. And I remember on our way home in the car with the whole squad talking mad. Yo, we got to practice. You know what I mean? Like, we need to get good at freestyling. We're going to battle these guys. Like, blah, blah, blah. So funny, man. That was good motivation. Shout out to Humanaka's, that whole squad.
Outside looking in, me and EP was there. I remember Jamal being in between, but I do remember Casper Chemo, I remember he had a rhyme about, he said, I remember a rhyme we talked about, he's talking
Keep
about
the peace, kind of.
Yeah, and he's like, he said something like, this is somebody, he's trying to do a mediator when he was rhyming. And me and EP are just standing there like, oh shoot. We knew of everybody. We were down with everybody. Because everybody had their own, crews.
Yeah.
And I just remember Casper kind of being in the middle of it. I do remember Jamal being Jamal. And being trying to make peace. But I do remember all the knockers just going at it. And I do remember you guys not saying anything at one point.
I think I went once.
Yeah.
And that was it.
No,
after Tasha went, I was just like, dude, this guy is ill.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
No, I mean, on the real, just keeping it 100. I'm recollecting it back. I do remember them just going freaking 8. And then I think
the whole crew just quiet, we didn't know what to do.
I do remember you guys standing there, and I'm pretty sure it was
looking
you
like
that
fools.
rhymed.
Looking like fools.
You rhymed. I think you only got it really rhymed, but it wasn't 100% timer rhymes. Just I'm gonna represent, and then just standing there, and they're just going at it,
smacking us around. Dude.
No, dude. But that kind of stuff I feel is missing in today. It's just the checks and balances.
Oh yeah.
Especially with
it
MC.
totally motivated us. And then after that, we went to all their events.
Right. Yeah,
and every time we saw him, it was all love,
Yeah.
What's up, man? You know what I mean?
Then you got Philly joined the crew, and he helped,
Oh, when Philly came in,
Yeah.
he was like a whirlwind, you know what I mean?
Right.
People were like, who the hell is this kid? Because he sounded like Q-Tip.
Yeah, he did.
But he rhymed not really, he didn't really chop, but he was almost on some Black Thought stuff, the way he put his words together.
Right.
I mean?
And I literally thought it was one of your brothers.
Yeah.
You Nerve and Philly. There's 3 of them now.
Yeah, we look like brothers.
It's brothers now.
For sure. We used to show up to a lot of parties and stuff and freestyle. And and that's how we ended up meeting Travis, because we were freestyling at the beach hall.
Okay, yeah. Outside.
No, inside.
Inside.
We're in the booth.
Okay.
And me and Philly we used to do this thing where he's like, hey, let's do the nation skit.
Right.
And it's words that have shun in it.
Okay.
Education.
Right.
And we would just go back and forth, bouncing off each other. And then that's when we first met Travis, because he was outside the booth giving us props.
Oh, sick. So Philly was on some he was on the next level already.
He was on the next level. He taught us how to get our freestyles better. He taught Fame how to make beats. He was really good at organizing our skill and creativity. You know.
So did you guys two create a crew? Was there a separate crew? You and Philly?
We were freestyling at Keone's house, and Barry was there. And I remember in my rhyme, I said, we're from the high habitats, as just part of my rhyme. And then Philly's like, what is that? And I was like, oh, nothing. It was just a freestyle, you know what I mean? He's like, we should make our name into high habitats.
Oh, sick.
So it was just me and Philly.
So you and Philly was the original, the first.
The first. And then we would record songs on my mom's karaoke machine using Aquaman beats from DC. And then later on, we got Fame.
Right.
Fame in there. And then down the line, Barry.
Right.
And then DJ Bumblebee. And then Omega.
Right.
And then towards the end, it was Kea.
Nice. Was Kea she was younger than you guys or same age?
She's 1 year younger than me.
Did she hang out with you guys?
She was the mysterious hip hop girl.
Right.
You know what I mean?
She was going to Kamehameha at the time, right?
She went to Kamehameha, and I remember first time I met Kea was summer school at Castle.
Okay.
And people were like, dude, that's Mez. And they're like, who's Mez? Dude, she's a bomber. She bombed Kamehameha. And then they're like, she's also a dancer and an MC,
Right.
So back in the day, I had a little crush on her because I was like, damn, this girl, she's into all of that. That's dope, you know what I mean? And then and then I found out she was my friend's neighbor, Isaac Naipo Polar.
Okay.
They were neighbors, and then we all became friends.
Oh, that's sick.
You know what I mean? Shout out to Quiet Chaos.
Yes. And then Barry, DJ Bumblebee, was he DJing and rhyming at the same time, or you guys kind of got him into rhyming?
We all got into rhyming.
Oh, yes,
almost at the same time. And Barry was ill from day one,
right,
man. I mean, he was always on beat because he was a drummer, you know.
Oh, okay.
And, when they all started collecting records, it was full force.
Right,
Him, Brandon, Darren, going to Funk Pistol.
Yeah.
I remember Barry, one of the first records I remember Barry buying was a white label melodica gift to gab, Black Alicious.
I remember that record at Funk Pistol.
Funk Pistol.
Yeah, I remember that.
And I remember when we brought it back to his house and played it.
Mind blowing. No,
what the hell is this? You know what I mean? You're like, dude, what the hell? Oh my god.
Back then, dude, it's like you read it maybe in the magazines, but when you bought it, like a cassette single, vinyl, and you took it home, you played it, you put it on,
you were stoked. Yeah.
Like, what the heck? And then that's like a whole nother layer shaped your...
into what kind of hip-hop you're into.
Yeah.
Yeah, for sure.
And then a lot of...
Yeah, because that and... Then we added Swan Lake to our freestyle repertoire. Because, Swan Lake was such a good beat to run to.
Yeah.
But Barry's influence is huge on me, especially with music and DJ.
Right.
You know what I mean? He shaped a lot of what I'm into. You know what I mean?
Because
he was into Jazz Fudge.
Right, yeah.
All the early, before Ninja Tune and all that down tempo stuff.
Darren and Brandon, they had all the crates, bro.
Yeah.
Well, was Delv AN too?
Yeah, he ended up becoming AN. I met him way later.
Right, because Delv from I met him at an Iolani graduation party.
Yeah, because he was from the private school.
Yeah.
So I don't know exactly where I met him, but once I found out he was from Kāne, I was like, Kāne, you know?
I met him. I went to a graduation. This is crazy. '94, went to a graduation party for my friend that played basketball. I knew him through basketball. He's like, "Yo, Cav, you gotta meet this guy, dude. He's into DJ and hip hop just like you." And it was Delv.
Yeah.
I was like, what? Iolani? I was like, oh, come here, man.
Yeah,
I was
we
like, oh, it's
feeling they are
crazy.
because Del was deep digger from back in the
Yeah,
day.
yeah,
You know what
yeah.
I mean? Like he was just when he linked with the crew, it was just natural, effortless. You know.
Right. How did Six get down with you guys, being that he's all in Waiwa? With AN, I mean with Hidden Habitats.
We started kicking it because aside from AN, I
Right.
started ECO,
Okay.
Earth's Common Obstacle.
Oh, okay. Is
And
that when you
that-
started meeting other people? Like
outside the circle.
outside the circle, yeah.
So I started kicking it with Alan,
Right. Shout out to Alan.
and Austin.
Right, yeah.
You know, I met those guys at a Fuji's concert
Oh, nice.
before Fuji's blew up. man.
Right, when nobody was there.
Nobody was there. There must have been like maybe 50 people in the
I
crowd.
think we were holding up the wall.
And then
Something
and
EVP.
then I remember they played Ooh Baby I Like It Raw by
Yeah.
ODB, and the whole room went wild, like more wild than people were going over their songs. You know what I mean? I remember seeing Lincoln and
10.
10
Nice.
dancing on stage,
Yeah.
and I was like, they look like New York cats.
Yeah.
You know?
No, 100%. Yeah.
So then I was just like, who are these guys? Yeah, and then I remember because Alan and Austin was dancing in front of me. Like I was
Oh, okay.
standing there. And then we ended up linking up with them, him and Keola
Right.
and Cash, rest in peace.
Right, yeah. Rest in peace, Cash.
So yeah, I started partying with them a lot.
Yeah.
And even Philly, we all got hella close with them. We used to go to Mililani and kick it
Right.
at Cash's house.
Yeah.
And then Travis ended up kicking it too.
Okay. Yeah. I think Travis is friend with Cash.
Yeah.
But Travis was out. He was in every club. I feel like he was going
Yeah,
out
yeah.
to every freaking event. I don't know, out the womb, I feel like.
Yeah.
He'd
So
be at
they're like
everything.
my town squad, you know. what I mean?
Right.
And then Ann was always the East Side squad.
Like the home base.
But then there was a point where I was more with ECO
Right.
because a lot of cats from AN kind of like, well, Barry, all the hip hop, the really super
Right,
down
yeah.
into hip hop stuff
Right.
kind of broke off at AN. And then,
Okay.
because there's two sides of AN.
Right.
There's the criminal element, and then there was the hip hop dudes,
Right,
you know,
right.
that were just
Yeah.
into like the elements of hip hop.
Yeah.
So once that happened, like we kind of like started doing our own things and stuff.
Right. So at that time, all this is going down. When did you start developing the Angry Robot?
Oh man, that's not way,
Till way later.
way after Seattle.
Okay, so when did you move to Seattle?
I moved to Seattle after. Well, it was funny because, so we all graduated 95,
Right.
96. So during that time, from 95 all the way to 97, we just lived hip hop.
Right.
That's all we wanted to do. Cypher, freestyles,
Right.
writers' benches, going to hip hop events, and hacky sack.
I remember that. I was like, nah, I'll skip the happy.
yeah.
I'll just skate.
I wasn't super into Yeah, I remember you guys skating and
just
then,
skate.
you know, going to
See
graffiti
various
spots.
skates. Yeah.
Haleiwa, not Haleiwa, but what is that area? Catch's secret spot.
Halava.
Halava.
Yeah.
Yeah, going to Halava and just all the paint spots and
Right,
kicking it. And then so in 97, we all decided to go to school. We're like, oh, maybe we should go to school.
That's so dope. As a crew. Hey, guys, let's go to school.
But what was super funny is, you know, we're all from different parts of the island.
Right.
You know, Travis being Wahiawa,
Right,
the
right.
boys from Mililani, like, you know, and Justin Waipahu.
Right,
like,
yeah.
And at the time I was living in town, but I was like, dude, what the hell? I'm going to go to LCC too. So we all ended up at LCC. And what you do is you're taking all your your best homies,
Right.
and you're jumping into school again.
It's crazy.
So we didn't care, dude.
Yeah,
like
yeah.
I never went to my classes. Like
just get a kick.
we kicked it in the courtyard, freestyle, and look at chicks. You know what I mean? And I think I only went to my ceramics class
Oh, that's classic.
because it
dude.
was art. You know what I mean?
So that was 97.
Yeah, that was 97.
You know what's crazy about that is I left Leeward. When you guys went to Leeward,
You went
I
to
just
UH.
left
To
to go to UH to start the show.
Yeah.
Which is crazy. Like, I remember everybody's like, yeah, we're all going to Leeward. I'm like, bro, I just got my A. I'm out to UH. So
we
you guys
were
are
trying to build to that because I wanted
Right.
to do
Yeah.
cinematography and then end up in UH.
yeah,
you know what I mean?
So you guys are outlet. How long did that last?
I was there for 2 years
Oh,
because
dang.
in '98 I got in that car accident,
Okay, yeah.
and that took me out of school
Right.
because I was like in the hospital for a month, and then took me a year to heal.
What do you remember about that car accident? How it happened, or
I know I went through some near death thing, you know,
Right.
because I blacked out, and when I woke up, I was out of the car. I remember being in and out of consciousness
crazy?
when the firemen were like cutting me out of the car.
What? It's the jaws of life.
Jaws of life. Yeah,
So were you? Was it?
they resuscitated me.
So you're driving in and you got what is it? What does it
I
do?
was making a left turn, and I was riding in a car with Lauren at the time.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, and then yeah, we're on our way to film festival, and I was late, so I was rushing over there.
Right.
And you know, back then we didn't have click it or ticket.
Yeah.
So I was flying around the corner in Kaneohe, and this guy was coming straight, and then you know I ran the yellow light and smacked him.
Oh, snap.
So yeah, I mean, after a year of healing, being in a wheelchair, and you know, getting my nerves back on the left side of my body because I was paralyzed on my left arm and left leg. I lost everything: my car, my apartment.
Right.
And I remember talking to Barry, and Barry was like, "Bro, why don't you move to Seattle?"
Right. Because Barry was up there.
He was already up there. First, it was Todd's brother Grant, and then Todd, and then Barry went up there. And Barry ended up living with Circle of Fire.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. He was the Circle of Fire DJ for a while.
Oh, nice.
But I remember Barry was like, "Just come to Seattle, man.
Right.
Well, you get a recharge. You can like kick back and you know, we can make music."
Right.
Blah, blah,
Yeah.
blah. And then when I went out there, it was like a reality check, you know, because Barry was my boy.
Yeah.
But he's gained some life skills since then.
Right.
So when I showed up, you know, it wasn't all party and games, but it was like, here's your room. This is the apartment. You need to get a job.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So I was just like, oh, damn, like that.
Right. Yeah.
It was like in the middle of winter.
Yeah.
So I ended up working, and it was dope, man. My time in Seattle to me was like my college years.
Right.
And I was living, Casper was living there too.
Oh, crazy.
He ended up moving there. So it was me, Casper, and Bumblebee, and then Todd would always like crash on the couch,
Right.
you know. So you know, us local boys all in one house.
Yeah.
And that was a time for me of like, I guess, elevation for me because I like got hella into art.
Right.
So I started like sewing, sculpting, playing with different mediums.
Right.
I was taking mad hallucinogens, so yeah, I was experimenting with hallucinogens. Just we all were. So we would freestyle, go to desert parties, and I was just honing my skill. And then, it was like from '90. I was there from '99 to like the end of the beginning of 2002, and then I moved back home because I was working as a sauce cook.
Okay.
And it was good money, but I love to cook, grew up cooking, but I didn't know how it was to like work in the kitchen.
Yeah.
All day, you know, like chefs yelling at you, "Where the hell is my sauce? Where's my broth, Martin? Like, you're slacking."
Yeah.
Blah, 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 like yelling at me all day, 15-hour shifts. And then at the end of the night, they're like, good job, Martin. Like, I'm like, bro, you're like yelling at me the whole day. Like, you know what I mean? So I ended up, I mean, back then I wasn't into collecting anything.
Right.
You know what I mean? I didn't buy sneakers or gear or whatever. So I like stacked chips, and then I was just like, I'm gonna quit my job and just live off the money that I had.
Oh,
so
nice.
when I did that, I would just go to Barry's gigs.
Right.
Go to like desert raves and parties, like explore the Northwest.
Yeah.
Go to a lot of b-boy events. You know,
sick.
kick it with Circle of Fire.
Right.
So it was like a good time for me, like with the arts.
Yeah.
Because the Circle of Fire like inspired me, like the whole travel thing.
Yeah. So who is and what is Circle of Fire?
Circle of Fire is that they're like an influential b-boy crew that kind of mash a bunch of styles together.
Yeah.
And it's funny because Todd, taking it a little bit back after he graduated, Todd ended up moving to Seattle.
Right.
And I remember Todd giving me the call and was like, "Man, you're not gonna believe this, but I'm kicking it. I go to this like b-boy spot, and I kick it with these two black dudes, Defon and Latif, and they're the two black dudes that you used to talk about that lived in Vegas from Psycho. They were part of Psycho Legion breakdancers.
Oh, nice.
And Todd's like, those are my homies now. Like I practice with them.
Oh,
So he
that's
had practiced
crazy.
with them and B-Boy Free,
Right.
Cody and Bob. And then in 97, the year we all went to
Right.
B-Boy Summit,
So, yeah, San Diego.
was their first emergence into public as Circle of Fire.
Right, right.
And just full circle, like Todd was bugging out. He's like, the guys you went to high school with, I ended up meeting them in Seattle, and now we're a crew. Because Todd I used to always tell stories to Todd about
Right.
b-boying in Vegas.
Right.
And I used to always talk about Defon and Latif. These guys are super ill, blah, blah, blah. And then fast forward a few years, Todd ends up in a crew with them.
That's insane.
Down. And even, what's his name? B-Boy Victor, Apple.
Yeah.
Apple too. Because Apple went to Castle for a little bit too.
Oh, he did.
Because he had family in Kaneohe.
Oh, that's crazy.
And then he ended up moving back to Seattle. And
Right.
I went to this club called Nations that Circle of Fire would run.
Right.
And I saw this little Filipino guy dancing, like b-boying. And he was ill.
Yeah.
And he was popping. And then he turned around and it was Apple. Because I used to hang out with him at Castle.
Oh, that's...
And I was like, what the hell? You like, damn, you're a b-boy now? Like, he's like, yeah, man. He goes, I'm from Seattle. So
Right.
So that was full circle too. I ended up in school with him and Defon and even Artson in
Yeah,
Vegas.
yeah.
So Artson became like a member of Style Element. So
That's insane. So you're in Seattle, decide to move back home?
yeah, when my money ran out, my
Okay.
mom was like, "You want to come home?"
Yeah.
So then I was like, "Yeah, I would love to come home." She's like, "Yeah, I'll buy your ticket." And I remember telling my mom like, "I don't want to move back home.
Right.
I just want to visit."
Right.
So then I gathered all my art, put it in a suitcase along with some clothes, and then I came home. It was dope to be home. It's super different.
Right. Yeah.
And
What year
then-
was this?
This was in 2001 or the beginning of 2002.
Okay.
And I saw an ad in a newspaper,
Right.
and it was Hisham.
Okay. Yeah.
Hisham photography. Shout out to Hisham. He was
Yeah. Shout out to Hisham.
ill hip hop. I mean, he was an all around photographer,
Yeah,
but
yeah.
he would shoot at all the big melees and
Right, yeah,
hip hop
yeah.
shows, And he did a call for artists, and I had all my art. So then, I was just like, I'm gonna hit him up. So
Right,
I
right.
hit him up, and I said, "Oh, my name is Aaron Martin. I have like some art I want to show you. I'm down to like maybe try and be in your show."
Right.
And when he answered the door, he knew me as Timer. He didn't know me as Aaron.
Oh, that's great.
So he's like, "Man, I haven't seen you forever." And I
Yeah.
was like, "Oh yeah, well I'm into art now."
Right.
Showed him all my works. He's like, "Yeah, you're in it. You're in
Yeah,
the
yeah.
show."
Was Jamal there with him?
I don't know. He wasn't there that
Yeah.
day.
Okay.
But yeah, I mean, that show was epic. That was my
Yeah.
first art show, group
Dope
show. Ray Potez was in it.
Yeah. Shout out Ray.
What do you call it? Sisters of Sound
Right.
spun.
Yeah.
Shout out to them. And then, rest in peace to Mary Long. She
Oh,
was in
yeah.
that show too. Yeah.
Revocated.
And rocked that show. After that show, I got so much good feedback because everyone in Hawaii knew me as Timer.
Right. MC. Yeah.
As an MC. And everyone's coming to this show, and now I have a whole wall of art. And
Right.
that time I was still trying to find myself, so everything on the wall, it looked like a classroom of art.
Yeah.
It looked like a group show.
Right.
Because, like, there was no solid style. It was, like, all kinds
Yeah.
of pieces. You know what I mean? And, from that feedback, that's when I was just like, damn, I'm kind of ahead of the game here.
Right.
Maybe I'll take advantage of that and stay in Hawaii. You know what I mean?
Right.
And then a little bit after that, while I was working for Borders Books,
Yeah.
I came up with the Panda character.
Okay. So where did the spoken word stuff doing Kealoha shows. You're painting on
Oh yeah. So basically, there was a time where everyone was kind of into the slam and
yeah.
spoken word stuff, and I would go up there and spit some verses and
Right,
stuff.
right.
But I ended up hating it.
Yeah.
I'm sorry, homies out there, but dude, when people got hella political,
Yeah.
when they weren't political,
Right.
they're just doing it because it
Yeah.
was the style.
Yeah, it's a style, yeah.
The heavy, the I am the. I'm like, dude, shut up, man. Like, I know George Bush dick, but dude, you
Yeah,
don't have to like. Last week I saw you macking on chicks,
Yeah.
and like you're up here talking about George Bush. Like, get out of here, man.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So then, Kilo was like, dude, you want to paint live? And I was like, yeah, shit, I'm down to paint live. So I was like, I'll do that. You know what I mean? So I became like the visual talent along with a bunch of other artists. And I came up with a panda character. So I had rocked a panda sketch. Oh, not a panda. Oh, not, it wasn't a panda. It was a grizzly bear.
Right.
So I did a sketch of a grizzly bear, and I didn't have all my paint.
Right.
I only had like random tubes of acrylic, and I had 2 buckets, 2 gallons, which is black and white.
Right.
So I was like, what the hell am I gonna do? You know what I
Yeah.
mean? Like, people are watching. It would be like the championship
Oh, okay.
of the spoken
Right,
word
right.
thing. So then I was like, dude, what the hell? I'm just gonna paint this grizzly into a panda bear.
Right.
And I painted it into a panda bear, and it kind of caught on like wildfire. People were approaching me after that because I sold it that night.
Right.
And people would be like, oh, I've been to so-and-so's house. Like, you painted that weird panda bear, like the angry panda bear. And they would ask me if I could paint one for them.
Right.
So then I was slanging them here and there through MySpace.
Right.
You know what I mean? I felt like a drug dealer because I'd be like, oh, yeah, meet me at the Starbucks on this corner.
Right.
You know what I mean? Like, and I'd pull it out my trunk and collect.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And then a little bit faster when I started really getting into the pandas, shout out to Information because, June, Todd, and all those guys were like, especially Todd was like, dude, you need to be doing this stuff in the mainland. You need to get into some real shows.
Right.
Because they knew the community.
Yeah.
And then also shout out to Ian because back then, no real internet.
Yeah.
The internet was kind of early.
Right.
And the artists that I knew about from being in Seattle, the only guy that knew that roster of artists, some of them personally and some of them just because he was out of Hawaii, was Ian.
Right.
From Kicks.
Yeah.
So I would chop it up with Ian about artists. And, of course, in that circle was Keola, Fitted.
Right.
So Fitted, Kicks Hawaii, and Information, and Laylo.
Right, yeah. Shout out Jules.
Shout out to Jules. They all got together and threw me my first solo show.
Ooh.
And it was at Kicks Hawaii. What street is that? Is that the first one? Is it Keomoku?
No, it's off of Kemoku though. Yeah.
Off of Keomoku, yeah.
There it is.
And I painted like 90 pandas. Sold like maybe I made like 10 stuffed animals.
Yeah.
Painted on random denim pieces. And I sold out most of the show. You know what I mean? I mean, the pieces were like 45 to 50 bucks.
Right.
But it's swap me style. You buy it, you take it right off the counter.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? I remember at the end of the night, like, my girl at the time was like, dude, how much did you make? And I was like, I don't know, but my pocket is full, you know?
Oh, nice.
And then that was more of a motivation because I was just like, dang, this is dope. Like, people dig my stuff, you know? Like, I'm going to keep pushing forward, you know? And I was keeping up with all the art scenes through, like, Relax magazine, Tokyon magazines, and Scrawl books and stuff like that. So I do, you know, I give props to Seattle for, like, putting me in that position and coming back home because there was no community back then.
Oh, that's great. We're in Seattle or in Hawaii?
In Hawaii.
In Hawaii.
Like, the type of art I was doing was wasn't even called street art yet.
Yeah.
It was influenced by hip hop
Right.
you know, like all that styles was like early on.
Yeah.
Early for the scene, you know what I mean?
Right.
And then, because information, you cats like Andy Howell.
Yeah. Shout out to Andy Howell.
And yeah, shout out to Andy Howell. I did a track with Andy Howell.
That's right. New deal.
And then he has a brand called Ghost Ship now.
Oh, sick.
Yeah. But yeah, so when Andy Howell came to the island, he asked information, guys, do you know anybody that paints? So of course I'm the only guy.
Right.
So they introduced me to him, and then we ended up doing a 2-man show at Hotel 39.
Okay, yeah.
Yep. And then same thing with David Cho, like early on.
Right.
David Cho got denied Tokyo.
Oh, yeah, so you got stuck in Hawaii, right?
So they brought him back to Hawaii, and then they introduced me to David Cho, and I got to kick it with him for a short while. And, like, that's, like, early on in my career. Like, a lot of that was, like, a boost for me because I was meeting people that I was, like, that I liked their work from magazines and stuff,
right.
You know what I mean? And that was awesome. And then, the whole era of Studio One started.
Right.
And, AF.
Yeah.
Yep. So doing art and stuff.
So pretty much your art, I mean, how long you been doing art? Like as your basically for a living?
It's been, dude,
at least 20?
Over 20 years, dude.
Over 20 years?
22 and some change.
And what do you think is your not reason for longevity, but how would you tell artists coming up nowadays how to create a career?
It's different now, man.
Right.
Because so-called street artists,
Yeah.
it's like a dime in a dozen, like
right.
they're everywhere. Everyone's a artist.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And for me early on, like just to do shows, like Thai Guys got me in a lot of shows, group shows and stuff like that. And then I started elevating from paying out of pocket. Like, okay, I got in the show, but I'm just going to spend a little bit of money to get there.
Right, yeah.
And then from meeting people in person, it kind of boosted my...
Your profile.
My profile, yeah. People were like, oh, this guy's hella cool. Like, let's invite him to more shows, you know?
Right.
And again, shout out to Information for putting me into that gnarly show,
Yeah.
I mean, rest in peace to Nalu Boggs, but that surf show that I did at Information was insane for me because these are all the people that I was like collecting and looking at.
Yeah,
you know what I mean? You got Hayes, Futura, David Cho, Andy Howell, John Phenom, Invisible Man, like crazy roster.
Right.
And I remember when they approached me, it was like, "Hey, we want you to be in this show and represent Hawaii." And I was like,
"That's when you have to make a surfboard?"
Yeah, and I was just like, "Dude, I don't even have a career. These guys are all vets, you know." And then they're like, "Well, I guess." Todd was pretty much like, "Dude, you just got to step it up."
Yeah.
You know what I mean? The days of Evil Monito. You know?
Yeah, shout out to Evil Monito.
And that's why I went ham on that show. Like instead of like painting on the surfboard like everyone else, I turned it into a kayak.
That's right. Yeah,
I turned it into a kayak with the digital camo.
Yeah.
Then I did my classic stuffed animal, and I added my utility vehicle that was connected to it.
That's right.
It was like a whole character thing. You know what I mean?
Oh, that's great. So what are some of the big projects and collabs you've done throughout your career that you can recall?
Shout out to Ian. He got me to do. I got my own Converse, which is really dope.
Yeah.
Working with Disney and MindStyle, I did the Stitch toy, which was really dope. A little bit, not too long ago actually, Toyota with Complex Con, that was really dope. Just the travels, man. To me, was the.
What are some of the countries you traveled to? I know you traveled a lot. Name the top three.
Top three. Japan, Singapore, Mongolia, Philippines, Switzerland, all over Germany, Munich and Berlin. Oh man, there's so many, dude. And I've been to a lot of these places multiple times. Like I went to Mongolia twice,
Nice.
which is crazy. It's the
Yeah.
furthest you can ever go.
Right.
I made
Genghis
good
Khan
friends in
stuff.
Singapore.
Right.
Made good friends in, hip hop homies.
Yeah,
in Singapore and in Philippines, and yeah, man. I mean, one of my bucket lists while I was traveling was when I was halfway through it was to fill up a passport,
Right.
and then I did all the way to the end.
Nice. They don't stamp the passports anymore.
They don't.
Such a bummer, dude.
It sucks, man.
You go there, it's like I have no proof.
Yeah, my homie came back from Amsterdam, and I was
Right.
like, "Damn, how many stamps you got?" And he was like, "Dude, they don't stamp them anymore."
Yeah, it's irritating.
I was like, "Oh, that sucks."
It's like the
man.
freshest you could flex.
Yeah, totally.
So what? So eventually, I mean, you've been creative throughout your whole life, as long as I've known you. Now you you delved into a whole nother realm with the puppets.
Oh yeah,
Yeah, can you speak on that real quick?
totally. So we started off as boom bap kids,
Right.
and then we had to deal with a snake in our pit, so we got rid of him.
Right.
But because of that situation, we had to change the name,
Yeah.
which sucks because as boom bap kids, we worked with J Period, DJ Jazzy Jeff,
Ooh.
De La Soul. We did some really cool shows.
Yeah.
And we met a lot of cool cats. Maceo from De La, and even with Mad Skills, we did a show with Mad Skills, which was
dope.
amazing.
Yeah.
And so when all that went down, we kind of had to like restart.
Right.
And in the beginning, it was just me. Shout out to my crew, Silent John and J Ski.
Right.
And when we had to move on to the next thing,
Right.
we came up with Mighty Giants, the Mighty Giants,
Nice.
and we added Shannon in our
Shout out
crew.
to Shannon.
Yep, Shannon's
Hella
in our
talented.
crew.
Yeah.
And then Richie, who's also a dope ass visual artist, and he's also in Soul Shifters. He's a dope
sick.
dancer. J Ski's like an old school, like he was part of DP Sound in LA.
Oh, sick.
Remember the Bridges party?
Yeah.
Yeah, he's a cypher DJ. He used to spin for all of that.
Super dope artist. Yeah.
And Silent John has produced for Charlie Tuna, Booty Brown.
Right.
Has worked with hella people on top of he also DJ'd for KRS-One.
Oh, sick.
So our roster
Yeah.
together is just nasty.
So what is the next step for Mighty Giants?
We have a podcast now
Ooh, okay.
on YouTube.
Any offers to like go like Nickelodeon or any like
When we were Boom Bap
Netflix
kids,
and stuff?
we got approached by HBO Max.
Ooh.
We were also talking. We're trying to talk to. Actually, I knew some connects to Adult Swim.
Right.
And this is all during the pandemic.
Okay, yeah.
So of course, everyone was online. So
Yeah.
everyone wanted a piece. They're like,
Right.
"Yo, this is cool."
Yeah,
You know what I mean?
yeah.
And we're meeting really cool cats. But yeah, and we had so many dope DJs.
Right, yeah. Oh,
We had
yeah.
all the junkies.
Yeah.
Craze.
You guys ever had Questlove on?
No, not Questlove. DJ Lazy Boy. Cutso.
Oh, Craze. Is that Craze?
Huh?
Craze was on.
Yeah, we Craze performed at a festival in
Right.
Texas, and we're on stage with them.
Ooh.
Yeah, we've done a couple of festivals already.
Yeah.
In Florida, and now the new element to Mighty Giants is raps. So it's just me and Shannon that
Right,
are like
right.
the real MCs.
Yeah.
But when we started getting together and coming up with ideas to push it, we're like, dude, we should do tracks.
Yeah, totally.
As a puppet crew.
Right.
So yeah, in the beginning I did some ghostwriting. I mean I still ghostwrite for some of the group
Yeah.
the group songs and
Right.
the hooks and stuff, but it's dope to see our members get into the elements and be like, dude, I want to write my own raps. And I'm like,
Nice.
yeah, do it, like, and it's been fun and refreshing because, we're all hella old
Right,
adults.
yeah.
And like to do this stuff that's part of our childhood,
Right.
like it's all nostalgia.
Yeah.
And everyone from kids to grandmas
Right.
love puppets.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Doesn't love a good puppet.
So
Who makes the puppets?
also in 2019, I made my puppet
Right.
with Jose Mertz because we're the original
Shout
boom
out to
bap
Jose
kids.
Mertz.
Yeah, shout out to Jose Mertz and Kevin Lyons. Because Kevin Lyons, that guy is. If you could interview a hip hop dude, Kevin Lyons is.
Word.
Oh my God, his history is dope.
He's gonna be here, right?
Yeah,
For powwow.
yeah.
Okay.
Like the sidetrack on how hip hop he is.
Yeah.
Is when I painted with him in Detroit.
Right.
He busted out a Ziploc bag and it was full of Apple Shuffles.
Okay.
So we're at our wall and he's like, I got the music. And I was like, all right, dope. And then he busted out the Ziploc with shuffles. And then he goes, yeah, what do you want to listen to? He's digging through the shuffles and he's like, all right, I got Frank and Dank. I got Slum Village. I got Jay Dilla and Friends with J Lib. Like everything that relates to Detroit because we're painting in
On
Detroit.
shuffles.
On shuffles because each shuffle is 8 hours long.
Yeah.
So we can hit play at the beginning of
And
the
just
day
let it, yeah.
and let it play while we
Right.
paint the whole day.
Oh, that's dope.
And he had it just labeled like,
Oh, that's
I was just like, yo, man, crazy. You know what I mean? Dude is down as hell. So
yeah.
and we're in Detroit too. And
Oh,
you know,
yeah.
it was cool and surreal, man. And to talk about hip hop because you know he's from New York, so his history, like the people he knows and stuff,
Right.
his side stories is. I mean, Dante Ross is one of his good friends.
Ooh, that's legendary.
And also Cause. Like when I was out there
Yeah.
I did a show and I linked up with him. He was gonna take me to Cause's studio, but Cause was out of town.
Yeah.
But dude had him on a phone, like his phone, like I love that guy, man. That guy's like such a like OG
That's sick.
veterano, man. Like you know, I want to be like him.
Right,
you know?
right,
When you
right.
think of an older artist, like,
Yeah,
you
yeah.
want to be like. So yeah, I mean, I ended up making me and Jose, and then of course Kevin was like, "Oh, I want a puppet," so I made him a puppet.
Oh,
I made
nice.
Dragon, 76.
Yeah,
and then
yeah.
I made Saturnal.
Oh,
So I had all those puppets displayed at Think Space at Powwow, Hawaii. Powwow
okay.
then.
Yeah.
And then when I came home, because the way it started was Jose was like, hey, because we record music together. That's my rhyme partner. And he's like, dude, it'd be dope to film one of our hip hop videos as puppets.
Right.
And he's like, we got to find out who can make them. And I was like, dude, I can make that. So then I got all the supplies for it,
Right.
and then went to YouTube University and like made him and me.
Yeah.
And it was the end from there. So I ended up making all the homies. And then when I came back from Hawaii, this is pandemic.
Right.
I was already recording music with Silent John. So Silent John was like, dude, can you teach me how to make puppets? And I was like, yeah. He's like, I want to shoot a video as puppets. And I was like, dude, I'm already there. You know,
Yeah,
let's
yeah.
do this. So during the pandemic, I ended up doing a workshop and teaching him how to make a puppet.
Oh, that's crazy.
And that fool perfected it.
Dang.
Like, it's crazy because Silent John has the same birthday and same year as me.
Oh, what?
Same day, same
What?
year. Yeah, and same age. Yeah, so
That's crazy.
and you know, I taught him how to make the puppets, and
Right.
he became really good at it. So he,
Like better than you.
oh yeah,
Oh, that's dope. That's even better.
yeah, on some Bushido.
Yeah,
The
no,
Bushido
for real.
vibes. Yeah. So yeah, and then so all like the really popular puppets that came about at the time when we were doing Boom Bap Kids,
Right.
like De La Soul, DJ Jazzy Jeff, Little John, Scratch Bastard. He made all of those. You know what I mean? I did MF Doom,
Right.
and you know, I still like making my own puppets.
Right.
You know what I mean? But John created a monster because
that's
that fool
dope.
was like really good at it. You know what I mean?
Yeah. So what's next for Woes Martin?
I don't know, man. You know, like I've been really contemplating. I mean, it's really expensive here, but
Yeah.
dude, I love Hawaii, man. It's like when I come here, I feel peace, even though it's expensive as hell.
Yeah,
you know what I
true.
mean? But being around family, my nephews are getting
Yeah.
older and stuff. I know it's a hard gamble because it is expensive, and
Yeah.
and Dude, I already been around the world, kind of made a name for myself already. I really don't know, man. I'll keep creating,
Yeah.
you know, and I'll ride that wave in Cali for a bit because of the puppets and stuff like that. But I just being a creative, man, just continuing as long as I can go until the wheels fall off. You know?
Right. Word. Anything else to say, Aaron? Anything else you got? Any shout outs or anything?
Dude, shout out to everyone that, you know, that I came up with. All the alienative guys, ecosystem, hidden habitats. Shout out to all the Humanakas. Shout out to DE. You know what I mean? Just, dude, all my family. Shout out to you, Light Sleepers. Because, you know, those days were like very important.
Yeah, definitely.
For me coming up, you know. Just shout out to everyone that I was like involved in from Hawaii until my moving to Seattle and LA. You know what I mean? It's crazy to think because I've been in LA for almost 18 years.
Yeah,
man.
that's crazy.
It's so nuts.
It's like you come home, it's like you never left. So.
Oh yeah, except that big ass rail that's popped out of nowhere. I'm like, yo, what is that?
Yeah, no, for real, it's getting bigger. Oh, right on, Aaron. Well, shoots, man. Thank you, Aaron Woes, for coming through.
Thank you, Kevin, man. That
Thank you
was
for coming
fun,
on
man.
here.
I could talk forever, too.
Oh, yeah, definitely. Shit. I mean, we could get another one. I mean, everybody, there's so much more layers to your story as an MC, as an artist, as, somebody that's been Hawaiʻi hip-hop forever, even while you're away, still representing all of us. So, thank you for jumping on ALANUI MELE.
For sure. Even when I do shows, when they ask me what to put on the flyer, I put Hawaii.
Yeah.
And then I know Slick, he gives me time because he's like, brah, you've been in LA how long?
Nah,
like,
Hawaii,
you
bro.
gotta put LA on there,
Come
dude.
on, Slick. Slick's jumping on. He's gonna be here because of powwow. But shoot, we're gonna wrap this up.
Okay.
Thank you to Aaron Martin, aka Timer. This is ALANUI MELE on PBS Hawaiʻi, Hawaiʻi Hip-Hop History. I'm Calvin the Catalyst. Thank you guys. Peace. And thank you for watching another episode of ALANUI MELE, Hawaiʻi Hip-Hop History on PBS Hawaiʻi. Big up to Woes Martin for coming on in and sharing his story. If you missed any of our past episodes, check us out on pbshawaii.org or on all social media platforms. I'm your host, Calvin the Catalyst. This is ALANUI MELE, Hawaiʻi Hip-Hop History on PBS Hawaiʻi. And we out.